Today I have 9 decor pieces that I feel like are essential to creating an elevated space. Number 1, beautiful everyday items. Things like tissue box covers, coasters, salt and pepper shakers, how you store your coffee, beautiful storage boxes to seal your cords or remotes, things like that. I think just really getting intentional about how we conceal those everyday items that have to be out because it makes our lives easier, but think of how we can beautify those everyday items so they're not such an eyesore. Number 2, plants. I absolutely love plants. I have many in my own home. I prefer real, but sometimes I understand that there's not a good spot in your home, whether it's low lighting or whatever the case may be, to have a real plant. But adding some greenery or flowers, any kind of real natural elements is going to make your space feel so much more elevated. I recommend doing your research. If you're not a plant person, you can do faux. I don't think it's as nice, but even a pop of green in your space really does truly make a difference. Number 3, mirrors. Mirrors not only create visual interest in our space because it's highly reflective, but it also can make our spaces feel a little bit larger by reflecting images, but also kind of reflecting light, helping make our spaces feel more light and bright, a little bit more elevated. Especially if you live in a smaller space, mirrors are a great way to create the optical illusion, creates more space than there actually is. So I highly recommend using this trick in your own home. Number 4, wall art. I think framed wall art. While I think some canvas work is really beautiful, there's something a little bit unfinished or unintentional about an art piece that doesn't have some sort of a frame. If you can opt for some sort of art or photo framed, but then also is matted, I think that creates a much more luxe, high-end look to it and feels a little bit less sloppy. Number 5, throw pillows. Specifically overstuffed, nice, lush down pillows. Polyester or other pillows can end up getting a little bit misshapen and fall flat, where any kind of down is going to keep its structure and hold up long term, and it just looks so much more aesthetic, especially if it's on your sofa or your bed. But I highly recommend investing in just those overstuffed, nice, lush down pillows. Okay, number 6, personal items that tell a story. In design, we can easily get too matchy-matchy, and then we're afraid to throw in something that is special to us because it doesn't really tie in the color palette or the whole vibe that we're going for in this space. Don't be afraid to have fun with this. Even though you have something that might not exactly tie in your color palette, sometimes those unique, interesting pieces add so much more character to your home. They're not only like visually interesting to look at, but they're a great conversation piece. And if you truly love those items, it's just so much nicer if you can see them on display and enjoy them every day in your home. Number 7, baskets and trays. These are kind of like your everyday items, or rather a place to store your everyday items. And this is a great way to add in higher end materials too, and those natural elements. Things like a marble tray, a woven basket, or other things like that, where you can add those visual textures, and some of that higher end material will really make your house look more elevated and intentional. I love using trays on coffee table, little dishes in our entryway or in our bedroom, just as like little catch-all dishes, even on our dining room table. I think it's a nice way to decorate just by corralling everything in some sort of a tray or dish. If you have kiddos in your home like I do, large baskets are a great way to conceal their toys or blankets and pillows, things like that. And for me, I like to just be able to do a quick tidy at the end of the evening, and having a place where I can just throw those everyday toys that they tend to play with into a large basket and then throw a blanket on top. Nobody can tell what's inside of it. It still looks attractive and ties in with my decor style. It's just a great way to keep that cohesive design space throughout your home, even if you have kids. Number 8, lighting, and specifically lamps. I think it's important to add in other light sources like chandeliers and other decorative light sources that tie in your design design style, even just adding more lamps into your space. And don't feel like everything has to be super matching. Just adding a few more light sources to your space, whether it's table lamps or wall sconces or other areas in your home like staircases or hallways, things like that. It really creates a nice moody ambient vibe in your home. And the way that we feel in our spaces is ultimately, I feel, the most important. So really focus on creating that moody, kind of warm, cozy lighting. Number 9, textiles. Now, while I already touched on overstuffed pillows, I'm thinking other textiles like rugs, throw blankets, any of those other soft textures that are going to create visual warmth and soft texture to our hands and feet. And this is also a great way that you can add, again, your color palette into your home with any kind of textile, whether it's pillows or blankets, curtains. Make sure things have different textures and hues. If you are introducing your color palette specifically through your blankets and pillows, don't have your entire couch the same shade of blue. Mix up the hues and the shades and the textures and the patterns and curate those softer textiles rather than just buying everything in a matching set, which can feel a little bit cheap or less thought out and intentional, which in turn doesn't really give you that intentionally designed space. Don't underestimate pattern and different shades of your color palette. There's endless decor items that you can use to decorate your home, but those were just a few that I thought were the most impactful to creating a nice, intentional, beautiful home. Let me know in the comments if you have any other decor tips that you would like to share with us. I would love to hear what you have to say. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.